Hello and welcome to today's video. And my topic for you today is the F word keeping you stuck, right? Is the F word keeping you stuck? Depends what you call the F word, right? But I'm not going to say the obvious one. But for many people, it could be, I don't know, faulty or feeble or fear or false, whatever it is. But there's another word. There's another word that really is going to help you overcome some problems if you can handle it. The whole point is this. I mean, the buzzword in today's age is about success. Now, I just checked, and get my numbers here. Yeah, I just checked. In 2019 alone, there's been 2,547 books and or major publications about the word and the meaning and the thing about success, right? That's a lot of stuff, really a lot of stuff. And so it's a huge buzzword. And people spend hours and days and weeks and months, right, looking at this stuff, looking at success and trying to get the feeling of it and trying to learn about it, all this sort of stuff. And the reality is this, most people don't achieve. They don't achieve success, okay? And the reason they don't achieve it is because they don't persist long enough, right? They do not hang in there long enough. And the reason why they don't hang in there long enough is the key I'm trying to talk about today. The letter F stands for the word failure. That's the key. That's the fear factor they've got, right? So the thing I'm asking you is this. In your situation, is your desire to succeed greater than your fear of failure? Now, it's really easy just to talk about this, right? But when you are down in the dumps, right, and things are really coming at you from different directions, this is not easy. By all means, you can listen to Tony Robbins' thing or whatever it may be, Robert Kiyosaki, but goodness me, I mean, that sounds like platitudes. If you are really, really having a challenge and trying to survive, just trying to survive, then your fear is really one of failure, because most of the things you're thinking about is, what are people thinking about me? Okay, really you're thinking about that. Or maybe you've been online for a while, and this is an even more dangerous one. You've been online for a while and people regard you as some sort of person who has done well for themselves, but really you're broke. You're absolutely broke. And you don't want people to know that. So you've got this real fear, because you're acting like a fraud, right? You've got this real fear that maybe people will expose you. And that puts you under even more pressure, okay? So that's going to keep you stuck as well. There's no doubt about that, all right? So let me share some simple lessons that I've learned that hopefully will help you if you are feeling right now that you're failing, all right? My name is Peter Beckenham, the Village Marketer. And as always, talking to you from my little Thai village, way up near the Cambodian border. And as I always want to do, I want to stop and just acknowledge the people who've had a chance to join me on the live. We've got Lynette Chang from Malaysia. Thank you very much indeed, Lynette. Thank you very much. Mad, oh, good to see you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining. Carol Taylor, you got my attention with the F word. Sorry. I don't actually use that other word, to be quite frank, Carol. Anyway, Cecil, but I'm glad I got your attention, right? Yeah, Cecil Brown, thank you very much for joining. Yvonne Jones, good morning and good evening. Thank you very much, Yvonne. Appreciate you joining me today. If there's anyone else there, bear with me a moment. Cecil Brown, I've mentioned. Okay, I'll move on, all right? So, here are two lessons that I've learned from a guy called Edward Zappala, okay? When it comes to handling this thing called failure. The first thing is, don't quit too early, okay? Most obstacles you face, be quite frank with you, are a test of your character. And what they are is you're going to grow into the person and become the person that you need to become in order to achieve the success that you want. So don't give up too soon. Don't quit, okay? I mean, I mentioned in another video, and I'll just go quickly to it here, that in terms, if you're a small business person, okay, then 44% of you are going to give up after the first contact with a potential customer, okay, 44%. 24 give up after the second contact. 14 give up after the third contact. 12 give up after the fourth contact. That's 94% of people give up after 4 contacts, right? They give up. They fail. That's what it is. But the bottom line is this. On average, 60% of all business written, okay, is conducted after the 4th connection, right? So if you're quitting too quick, you're really shooting yourself in the foot. That's what it amounts to, right? My teacher, I mean, going back many years ago, my teacher, because I was always jumping all over the place and could never sit still long enough, going maybe too much energy or whatever it was, right? She used to always tell me how to answer my pants. But really, she used to tell me, Peter, get in line and stay in line. Okay? Now, when you think that through, that's got a real message also in terms of sticking with it and not giving up. Get in line and stay in line. Do not waver. Do not walk away from your goals and dreams, which I'll come to in a minute, okay? Just because you've met a few obstacles. The second thing I've learned from Eduardo Sanata was the fact that do not let your past performances determine your future. Do not do that, okay? I mean, Robert Kiyosaki said something like, sometimes we win, sometimes we learn, all right? Very, very powerful statement. Oh, and Tony Robbins, okay, quoting these people because they're the experts in this field. I'm just trying to share you my gut reactions to them. But Tony Robbins said something along the lines of, the only thing that keeps you from getting what you want is the story you keep telling yourself about how you can't have it. Okay, think that through, all right? Because that's the issue you've got. You've got a failure issue and you need to handle it, you need to address it, and you need to accept it as something else. Because failure is not a bad thing. I know if you're down in the dumps and you're broke and you're worrying about how to pay the bills, I understand. I don't want to give you platitudes. That's not what I want to do. What I want to do is give you some common sense and the truth. And the truth is this, that failure actually is a good thing for you, even though you might think, oh, easy for you, Peter. You're not the one getting kicked in the pants and worrying about how I'm going to pay the bills, right? I'm telling you, you need to get above that, okay? You may hate me for saying this, but you need to get above that. You need to know that failure is going to teach you and give you the character to achieve what you want to be. In fact, to me, failures are absolutely awesome, okay? And the quicker I can get them, the quicker I can learn, the quicker I can learn, the quicker I can get to where I want to get to. Because do not ever assume you're not going to face these obstacles. Do not ever assume you're not going to face a failure. Of course you will. You will face failure. All I'm trying to give you is the common sense to think. Look forward to it in a way. Don't fear it. Look forward to it as a learning curve, all right? I mean, there's all sorts of stories online about people who've never given up. You know, Colonel Sanders, etc. But the one that always sticks in my mind is Michael Jordan, the basketball star, okay, in terms of failure. Because he basically, in his career, he missed 9,000 shots, right? This is Michael Jordan. He missed 9,000 shots. He lost 300 games. And of those games, there were 26 of them when he had the winning shot to take and he failed, right? So what he said is, I failed over and over and over so many times, okay? And that's why I finally succeeded. And that to me is inspirational stuff. That to me gives me the message, right? That you don't have to give up. And so literally you have to fail your way to success. That's what I'm trying to share with you. You have to fail your way to success every single day, all right? I know failure, I mean, it stinks and it hurts. And it's not pleasant. No one likes to fail, but it's a necessary part of your life. It's a necessary part of your business experience, all right? So set your goal, okay? And then do whatever it is it needs to take to get there. But expect and accept the fact that some of the actions you take will fail. That doesn't mean you lose your goal, okay? You keep your goal in place as long as you can feel it and hear that goal and it's real to you. Just change your action steps, learn from the mistakes you've made and move on, okay? So Please don't quit, even though it's probably the easiest option at times. And you know that, and so do I, okay? It'd be a lot easier to quit. Play this, right? Go back to work. And the other thing is this, and I remember feeling this when I went through a really tough time. Failure made me feel worthless. Now, that is really soul-destroying, because it's very difficult to get yourself out of that and to start trying to become positive, about trying to think about the future, about trying to set goals that you really want to be and to grow into that person, because you're just swamped with worthless feelings of failure. But you have to do it, okay? So as I said before, don't quit too early and don't let your past determine your future. That's really the strong part I'm trying to get at. Things will always be more difficult than you plan them to be. Please remember this. Things will always be more difficult than you plan them to be. I don't care how well planned you are, all right? But when they become difficult, do not think of it as, oh, here it goes again. Oh, I'm going to fail. Oh, I knew this would happen. Don't do that. When things become difficult, know that you are on the verge of success. That's the mindset you should have, right? Don't give up. When things become really difficult for you, then you can adjust your action plans and you can move on because you're getting so close to success. Now, you might think, God, that sounds like a lot of wallop, but it's true. It is true, okay? What I'm trying to say is this. Stop learning to be a loser. That's the message I want to give you in this video. Stop learning to be a loser. And I truly hope from the bottom of my heart that you've got where I'm coming from, okay? Failure is a good thing, but it's also bloody difficult to accept, and it's bloody difficult to handle, and platitudes are useless when you're feeling down. But think about it this way. Think about yourself. Think about where you want to get to. Think about your dream objective. Make it come real for you and make it work, okay? Thanks for sharing your valuable time with me. Ooh, got a bit emotional. Here's my call to action. My call to action is my Facebook group called Your Next Level, okay? If you're interested in joining me, come and say hello, okay? We'd love to take you and your business to the next level. And by the way, this Facebook group is not one it's a pitch fest. It's where we help each other. That's the whole point of it. And sure, I put content in there, but I want to encourage people to talk with each other, to share with each other, and to connect with each other, because that also helps you overcome your failure, because you're not alone, right? You're not alone. Right now, you could be alone because you are scared to share what your real problem is, or the fact that you are failing, okay? Don't do that. You can't do it on your own. You'll kill yourself. All right. Thanks very much for sharing your time. Best wishes from Thailand, and I'll see you in the very near future. Bye for now.